You might not know, it's National Hummus Day. So we've asked one of our favorite foodies to come in with some great recipe ideas. Liz Delacroce with the Lemon Bowl is here today. Welcome, Liz.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
And this is like a holiday, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
National
My
Hummus
favorite
Day?
holiday.
Yeah, I know, because your roots are Mediterranean.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, hummus is in my blood, basically. I've been eating it my whole life, and I'm just really excited that it's kind of become more popular lately, and a whole day dedicated to it sounds good to me.
Great. And what I love about it is I've been in your kitchen many times to cook with you and to really bring stories to viewers about how they can be healthy and simple. You've really taught me that hummus can be used in many ways just rather than a dip.
I'm all about eating foods that serve a dual purpose. So obviously you want it to taste good and fill your cravings, but you also want it to be nutritionally beneficial. You might as well get more energy. This obviously is full of protein and fiber, so it's that kind of perfect balance of nutrients that keeps you satisfied between meals. So
wonderful.
I made a really fun dip that is just another example of the many ways you can incorporate hummus, not just to when you go to a party you see it there, but this could be the perfect snack in the afternoon.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, and we are coming up on a big holiday weekend, so people are going to be looking for
lots of
great
picnics,
things to serve,
portable potluck dishes, and also sometimes it's nice to know that there'll be at least one healthy option at these events.
You got that right.
Typically aren't the healthiest. So you start with any flavor hummus for the base. This is basically a Middle Eastern 7-layer dip, a hummus 7-layer dip, similar to we always have Mexican 7-layer dip.
Yeah, you're giving it that Mediterranean spin.
I couldn't resist.
And Za'atar makes a lot of different flavors.
They do.
Of hummus.
And this would work with many different flavors. You could use, I'm using the original because I really want the other flavors and ingredients to stand out, but you could absolutely use the roasted red pepper or the toasted pine nut.
Make it a little spicy.
Yeah. My tip here is make it a thin layer, because otherwise, you know, the top bite will get all the toppings and then
And that Mexican 7-layer dip is like a classic.
Yeah.
So bring this and you're going to wow people with something a little bit different.
It's time to kick things up a notch with hummus 7-layer dip. So the first layer we're going to do is cucumber. We'll just basically sprinkle that on the bottom. And you could, of course, use whatever. You could do, you know, bell peppers, whatever your favorite crunchy, cool, crisp vegetables are. Then we do tomatoes, and these are just aroma tomatoes that I've seeded. And the reason, Rachel, you want to seed them is it makes it less watery, especially if you are, and if you are transporting the dip, you don't want to have that extra.
Yeah, it might have a little like sitting time.
Exactly.
And you want to make sure it's not a mess.
Exactly. Okay, next some scallions.
Nice.
And this bright, fresh flavor is really going to make it stand out, similar to the Mexican 7-layer dip. So then some fresh parsley. Again, those bright, fresh herbs are going to really pull this all together. And then if you want to do the toasted pine nuts on top, I just baked these in an oven at 350 for about 5 minutes till they were nice and golden brown.
Sounds easy.
Totally easy. So far so good, right?
This looks beautiful.
Okay, now a little salt. You've got to season your food, especially when you're cooking from scratch. Be sure to season properly. That's really what's going to make people like your food and think you're a good cook. It's just about
sea salt, a little bit
I use kosher salt because I kind of know how much it is by the feel of my hand. Any salt's fine.
Okay.
But the key is just to season your food.
What is that darker spice?
This is Za'atar. I've made you smell it before. I'm going to make you smell it again. It's a Middle Eastern spice blend. Isn't it good? And every brand will be a little bit different, but generally speaking, it's sesame seeds, sumac, thyme, and then the rest of it does vary a bit. But it's just earthy, smoky, and just something different.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Now we got to do a little lemon juice, my favorite. Another tip, you can always squeeze it like this to keep the seeds out. You might get a little in your face.
Hey, that's okay. I'm going to dig into this in a minute.
Exactly. And then if you wouldn't mind a little drizzle of olive oil to finish it off, we're done. 5 minutes.
Wow, that is so great.
And it's fresh,
so
healthy, and it kind of balances off the richer, you know, naughty foods that are typically at holiday parties this time of year. But
and what about what accompanies it? Because you could do a lot of things with that,
You could do many different things. You could do vegetables. You could do pita bread. I love pita chips. They're just so good. You could do rice crackers for a gluten-free option. Yeah, so good, so fresh. My kids honestly eat this as a snack in the afternoon. It doesn't have to just be for parties. You can really incorporate this into your day as just a healthy snack. It's a lot healthier than most things you'd find in the cupboard.
This is just wonderful, and it's got these great flavors to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was looking over there, and we talked a little bit about Sabra having the different flavors, but I've seen in the store Sabra has the hummus paired with the pretzel crisps.
Right.
But you have something that looks a little bit different.
So this is my new favorite. These are paired with the tortilla chips, and it's kind of a bold and spicy hummus, so kind of an alternative, a nod to Mexican, like the cheese dip you might find. Totally healthy, and again, the nice thing is, unlike a lot of those other dips, this has protein, so it's going to actually do you some good, not just, you know.
And you've got, too, when we've been in the kitchen together, you can use it as a spread.
Oh, yeah.
In different ways. Get a little bit creative, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to use mayonnaise, try hummus on your next sandwich. Or if you're going to make deviled eggs, skip the mayo and mix the egg yolks with hummus.
That's a great idea.
See, you should try it this week.
I'm definitely going to. Okay, so in honor of National Hummus Day, we have some fun hummus facts that we want to share.
I'm all about hummus fun facts. So obviously there's many out there, but a few of my favorite is the fact that hummus is actually the Arabic word meaning chickpea. Who knew?
Yeah, because it is chickpeas. If people ask, what is hummus?
Right.
It's basically chickpeas and a lot of other really good stuff.
Exactly. And another thing is that a lot of people do think chickpeas are nuts because they, you know, kind of have that nutty flavor in different ways that you try it, but they are actually legumes, they're beans. So that's nice. They've got tons of fiber and protein.
Make it feel full.
Exactly. Guilt-free. And then obviously, as we said before, it's not just a dip. It can really be used as a spread. And then another fun fact my mom told me just yesterday is that chickpeas, you know, thousands and thousands of years ago were actually one of the first farmed foods. And so really one of the 8 first crops ever in this world.
Yeah, that is
my
pretty
mom made me say it, but I thought that was so interesting, and I did look it up online, and it's totally true. It's one of the first 8 crops ever harvested. So really, it's just a food you can feel good about eating. So.
And I think that Sabra has perfected really what they do.
And yeah, they just made it easy because you can really find these everywhere. And also it's just nice because they've made a variety of flavors, whether it's the olive tapenade or the, if you like a little spicier, the chipotle. It's really just fun to accommodate whatever your taste is.
Yeah, well, you are a master in the kitchen. And I know that you have a lot of great creative recipes. So if people are looking to do wonderful, unique things with hummus, or perhaps make a great healthy breakfast or lunch, you have one of the best food blogs I have ever seen. And I use it often. I've tried a lot of your stuff, and I've never had a miss on it.
Well, thank you.
Why don't you tell people about it?
Yeah, well, thelemonbowl.com is basically full of foods that are going to be easy, fresh, and really delicious, but they're also going to be good for you. So it's going to be full of whole foods, seasonal ingredients, foods that are accessible, and also just about everything is adaptable. Use whatever fruits and vegetables you have, whatever you like, whatever's on hand. It's really more of a suggestion, a rough guideline. It's nothing that's too strict. You can modify and adapt almost every recipe.
Yeah, and I know that the Lemon Bowl is on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
Find me on Instagram or Twitter. Instagram's my favorite lately.
Your pictures inspire me.
Oh, thanks.
To get creative.
At the Lemon Bowl, just tag me and say hi.
Awesome. Thank you, Liz, for coming in.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Thanks for bringing this awesome food. We're going to go to break, and we're going to sample a little bit more. We'll be right back.
Yum.
So good.
Are you